All right, welcome everyone. All right, thank you so much everyone for waiting. I'm so sorry for the a little bit delay of our session today, but hopefully everything will be delivered well. Thank you so much for everyone who's already joined this session. We actually wait for something, but we are going to start it anyway. So let me introduce myself first, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening for some of you or some of us. Welcome to the ICIA webinar session, how to make a 3 minutes pitching video. And we are really glad to have you all here today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Gabby. I'll be your host for today's session. And if you have any questions during the session, feel free to drop them in the chat box. We'll get to them at the right time. Okay, so now let's talk about a little bit what today's session is all about. In just 3 minutes, a pitching video can make a big difference, and it's not about using expensive tools or complicated edits only. It's all about clearly explaining your ideas, telling a strong story, and delivering it with confidence. And in this webinar session, we hope that at the end of the session, we will learn how to structure a clear and engaging 3 minute pitch, 3 minute pitch, and also key techniques for visual storytelling and effective video production. Also, practical tips on script writing, delivery, and simple editing, and also how to align your pitching video with ICIA's evaluation criteria, such as problem defining, inventing process, realistic solution, and also content delivery or pitching. And also by the end of the session, we hope that you'll feel more confident and ready to create a short pitching video that communicates your ideas clearly and effectively. All right. So, oh, a lot of people here in the room. And I also want to say, oh, hi to everybody. Thank you so much for welcoming me as your host today. And let me introduce you to our amazing program here. Everyone, please welcome to our ICIA webinar session. Wait, let me explain to you what is actually ICIA. ICIA is International Creative and Innovation Award, and it's also designed as a learning platform for young innovators through experiences of creativity and innovation organized in the form of competitions and collaborations that are integrated into the World Creativity and Innovation Day, which is WCID, initiated by the United Day, initiated also by the United Nations as part of the celebration of creativity and innovations. In supporting the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs by the United Nations, the design activities in ICIA provide opportunities for participants to explore and actualize themselves through a learning process that includes webinars and creative talk session as part of mentoring to inspire participants in gaining broader insights and points of view about creativity and innovation. inventing the new solution of SDGs networking session, as well as pitching and showcase of their invention to international experts and judges. Everything that participants experience in ICIA activities will be valuable provisions in improving their innovations to the next level when they proceed in the international arenas, such as the virtual innovation filter, the International Invention Convention, Global Innovation, other opportunities as a follow-up program from ICIA, which will help participants actualize the learning points they have achieved. There are 3 categories that participants can participate in, including the first one is Inventor Wannabe. Registration starts from February 2nd, 2026. And the second one, you can also join Innovation Challenge. The registration starts February until March 2026. And the third one is Innovation Award. The registration starts from February to March 2026. Let's discuss about the Innovation Challenge first. Innovation Challenge, with your team members, challenge yourself to solve real-world problems related to Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, by the United Nations through brainstorming and finding your digital solution ideas using coding or non-digital solution ideas with your teammates under CRIA's facilitation and also global mentoring. Get the chance to showcase your invention on site and pitch your solution to international experts and judges. We have 2 challenges this year. The first one is design creative and practical solutions that transform school into waste-free, sustainable learning spaces that not only reduce waste, but also inspire a greener mindset for the future. And the second challenge is design an AI-powered solution that solves a real learning problem and makes education more meaningful, fair, and accessible for everyone. If you want to join the Innovation Challenge, you can join the program by register on our link here. And also you have to submit a document, 1 video pitch, maximum duration of 3 minutes, 20 seconds, including ICIA bumper and watermark, CRIA logo with minimum HD 720 quality landscape. And also you have to be on frame. All the participants must be on frame. Also, you have to submit a poster size 4 to 5 or 1080 to 1350. Submit in PNG format with the printing quality, and find logo for the CRIA logo in ICIA bumper, video, and poster template here in our link. Next one, for Innovation Challenge, you have to also register in our link as well. If you want to know about our link, we will send you later on our app, so you can find the link on the app. The documents to be submitted, 1 video pitch, maximum duration of 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Once again, including ICIA bumper and watermark CRIA logo with minimum HD 720 quality landscape. Participant must be on frame. A poster size 1080 to 1350. Submit in PNG format with the printing quality. This one, there is an additional one. You have to also submit extend banner size 600 millimeter times 1600 millimeter to be printed and brought on site by the participants to the exhibition venue. If you want to find the CRIA logo, ICIA bumper video, and poster template, you can find it on our link. Next, let's talk about our Innovation Award. Innovation Award, bring your innovation to the next level. Register and pitch your innovation as a solution to the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, by the United Nations. The innovation can be in the form of science and technology research, STEAM-based innovation, entrepreneurship-based projects, as well as social innovation. Prepare your best version of your innovation, get the chance to meet international experts and judges, and show it to the world. Once again, if you want to join this program, everyone, you can find it on the link, and you have to submit some documents, which is 1 video pitch, maximum duration of 3 minutes and 20 seconds, including ICIA bumper and watermark of Korea logo with minimum HD 720 quality landscape, and participant must be on frame. For poster, size 4 to 5 or 1080 to 1350. Submit in PNG format with the printing quality. And find, once again, our logo on the link. For Innovation Award, register yourself in the link, and also you have to submit some documents. One video pitch, maximum duration of 3 minutes 20 seconds, including ICIA bumper and watermark Korea logo with minimum HD 720 quality landscape, and participant must be on frame. Also, you have to submit a poster size 1080 to 1350, submit in PNG format with the printing quality. Also, extend banner size 600 millimeter times 1600 millimeters to be printed and brought on site by the participants to the exhibition venue. And also, once again, if you want to find the logo of Korea ICI bumper video and poster template, you can find on the link. All right, we are going to start with our keynote speakers of the day. It's Mr. John Jaymark M. Daza. He's a very, very inspiring, and also he's younger than me actually, but he's very, very talented. He has so many experiences, especially for ICIA 2025. Is he here today, Mr. John Jaymark? Wait, because
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So, just for a minute, I just arrived in my dormitory and I'm fixing the PowerPoint now. I'll present it in a bit.
okay, so while waiting for Mr. John to prepare some things for everyone here in the webinar session, I'm going to read something about Mr. John J. Mark Daza. Mr. John J. Mark Daza is a university student pursuing a degree in pharmacy in the Philippines. He completed his secondary education at Vinzon's Pilot High School under the Science, Technology, and Engineering, or STE curriculum, and the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, or STEM strand, where he developed a strong foundation in scientific inquiry and research-oriented learning. Beyond his academic pursuits, he served as a mentor at Teman Belajar and a STEM coach at Sri Academia Online, actively facilitating educational programs that foster innovations, critical thinking, and scientific curiosity among young learners. His dedications to research and innovation has gained international recognition, as he was named one of the Grand Award winners of the Innovation Award at the International Creativity and Innovation Award, or ICIA 2025, highlighting his commitment to impactful and creative problem solving in science and education. All right, everyone, we are ready for our session with Mr. John. Once again, if you have any questions, you can drop your questions in the chat box, and don't forget to mention your name and also your questions. If we still have a lot of time, after that, Mr. John will help to accommodate your questions. Oh, I see a lot of people are excited in the chat box. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming here. For the link, we will give you later, okay? All the creative are here and they are very ready to give you the link after this. All right, Mr. John, now we are ready to get the information from you.
Okay, I'm very excited also. I'm just joining my other account to present it well. Okay, just
All
for
right.
a little bit.
Okay, so for a little bit time.
Recording in progress.
All right. Surely we will record this. We will record this meeting. So everyone, you can also join this meeting online. So while waiting for Mr. John, I will inform you that this is not the only webinar session that you will have for ICIA preparation. You will have another webinar session, which is the next day. If I'm not mistaken, we will have webinar session for 3 days. right? So this webinar session will start from today until tomorrow. And don't forget everyone, after the webinar session, there is also a creative talk that will be live in our ICIA.global Instagram account after this webinar session. So if you want to know more about ICIA, we will have so many other session, so you can join after this, but not in Zoom. We are doing it in our Instagram account. The final judging session will be held on April 11, 2026. And the notes is, if the online session is only for participants who don't have national selection partner in their country. So if you want to look up the national selection partner, you may check our Instagram account, which is ICIA.global Instagram account. Raise your hand if you already follow ICIA.global Instagram account. I just follow it like some like couple weeks ago, ICIA.global Instagram. If you already follow it, you can raise your hand or you can type it on our chat box right now. So we will know that you already follow our Instagram account, which is very good. You will get so many information from our Instagram account. Thank you so much for everyone who already helped with that. All right, Mr.
Yeah.
John is already here.
I want, yeah, wait, just for a bit.
Okay. I believe that Mr. John has a really interesting materials today, how to make a 3-minute pitching videos, which is very useful for us. If you have any questions about making 3 minutes pitching video, because I've read from all the requirements that you have to submit 3 minutes and 20 seconds video. So it means it's very useful and it's very important that you know how to make it
May I ask
really
if
good.
there's an echo
Um,
to your
what?
sound?
Yes, there's an echo a little bit.
Okay, let me fix that.
For webinar session tomorrow, we will also have the same time as today. You can check it on our Instagram account, ICIA.
When when you come to our school.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, mic test. It's okay now, right?
Yes, we can hear it.
Okay, okay. That's great. And now I'll be sharing my screen. Can you see there? Can you see it already?
Yep, we can see it clearly.
Okay. So, um, yeah, once again, good afternoon to everyone. I'm John Jaymark Daza. So, just like you, I'm also an aspirant of ICA 2025 last year. And then it's actually more than a dream, that you wish to participate and then go outside the country and then present your research abroad. So it's a very big journey starting from the national selections. And even though I've been in a lot of hurdles by that time, it's not, yeah, can you, again, may I ask for someone is actually putting a mark on my screen right now. Okay, so thank you. So even though it's a lot of hurdles, it's actually worth it when you are passionate enough about what you are doing, you can do anything. So um Yeah, okay. So there's another drawing. Okay, so let me formally start. So I participated last year on ICIA 2025 under the Innovation Award category. So we went to Vietnam last. Oh, can you, excuse me, can you handle the technical side on the, yeah, again. So let me start again. So good afternoon, everyone. So this is my webinar, Beyond the Clock, 3 minutes to Change Minds. So I crafted this title because imagine for me, who experienced so many video presentations before, having it in a 3 minute span is very challenging, you know, because you know that you can put so many things, you know that you can put and explain so many things and complexities. However, there is a limit. And sometimes in my competitions, um to the participants, can I may I ask you not to interfere with the screen so others may not be disturbed by the doodles on your screen, okay? So in some cases, when you have your video presentation, especially not in the limited time, for example, you exceeded for a minute, it's actually a deduction and actually a ground for a disqualification. So that's for another competition, or in my experience. So we must be so particular with the time allotted to us by the guidelines, okay? So let's move on. So I think this is already mentioned to you earlier. So what is ICAA? So it is a global platform that empowers young innovators. And then you really need to produce a 3 minute pitching video that sums up the brilliance of your idea, and then showcases showcase your clarity, confidence, and storytelling about yours about your innovation or about your research. Okay, so typically this will set the ground, or this will set the stage for your face-to-face defense, because if in my experience last year, aside from submitting a video, we also defended our study on site. So that's in Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. So one thing that is a great thing that that my mentor advised me when I was still a secondary student is that you need to be concise, and you need to be clear on explaining, because on those 3 minutes you need to explain it all. So that's the challenge. So why do you think a 3 minute pitch matters? Okay, so in a certain judging session, judges decide so fast. So there are so many of you competing, and then they cannot actually watch a 1 hour video of you explaining the project for a certain period of time. So for example, you want to present your project for 30 minutes because you are so complex, and you want to tell more, you want to tell everything about your project. Well, it cannot be. You need to see to it that the judges will also facilitate other participants. They will also see and judge other participants. So they won't literally give that so much amount of time reviewing a video that can be done in 3 minutes. Okay. So second, clarity beats complexity. Why? Because you because you can do it, actually you can do it. It is possible that you can be clear. You can attack a certain point. You can explain a certain point without being so absurd, and without being so wordy or very long in the video. Okay, so later I will entertain your questions, but for now I will accomplish the outline. Again, maybe a reminder to do not interfere with the screen so others may not be disturbed when they are looking on the PowerPoint. Okay. So third, please stop doodling on the screen. Yeah, please stop it. Okay. So third is story, solution, and confidence. The formula for a 3-minute pitch is number one, your novel or your original story. Second is solution, and third is confidence. First, why story matters. You actually bring not just yourself, but also the community with you. You bring your own stories. And actually, some points last year in the ICIA 2025 that I remember is that they wanted you to share more about your story and your purpose than to share
Wait, when you come.
about your very long methodologies, about your very long experimentations and your analysis and your laboratories. They wanted to know the story. And how are
At
you going
which
to share
day do
your
you come to our school?
and how are you going to share your story to them? So you need the best technique to tell it because this is a common mistakes of storytellers when they do not know how to chronologically put it in an outline. Some of them are too basic, like start, and then they will begin, middle, end, and then that's it. They will, some of them, especially when I encountered so much of them in various competitions. So they started with, yeah, we are introducing our project, and then introduction, then the results, the methods, and then stuff. And then what is the common problem that viewers experience? Not even though not just the judges, even you, kids, because children are tend to be bored on data or on different analytics. But however, this is where your art will 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 ignite actually. This is where you can showcase how are you going to call, because imagine in a certain quiet place in a classroom example, you shouted, and then when you shouted, your voice will echo through the room, and then everyone will look at you. Everyone, every your classmates, even your teacher, they will wonder, why did you do that? Okay, why did you? Okay, again, can you please stop doodling? Okay, I'll try to turn it off. Okay, I think I facilitated. I It's okay already. Okay, so where am I? So I just got lost again. Let's go back. So they will wonder. For example, a student shouted. Okay, a student shouted in the middle of their quiet room, and then they will wonder, why did you do that? Okay, so oh, I think okay. So who can actually? So they will let me go back. They will start to wonder, why did you shout? Okay, so the curiosity will form into their mind. So just like that. So kids, you need an element of. Actually, can I ask for your help? I cannot actually figure out how to. Yes.
It come from your share screen, Mr. John. So you can try to turn off the annotate. Mr. Yuri, maybe you can try to explain to John how to turn off the
Yeah, because I'm not
annotate.
familiar with the feature of
Yeah, and then
the.
to whom that start doodling because we their name is appeared in the screen. You can remove from the Zoom.
Okay.
Yes, we already
Hi.
them from.
Hi. You can see the three dots up there, right?
Yeah,
You click
I can
on
see the
that and
more.
disable the annotation.
When I click more, there are so many options there, but I do not see annotate. I cannot see
Oh, you
annotate.
don't see annotate disable for others, right?
There's no annotate disabled for others on my end.
Maybe the host. Are you the host of the meeting?
I'm not.
The host should
The
be.
host. Yes, host should be able to do that.
If I
Okay, I think I did it already. The annotate on shared content, I checked it already. Okay. But there's still an annotation.
Yeah, it's disabled now. I can't see in my screen as well. Okay.
Okay. But can you there's still an annotation there.
No, it was previously done before you switch it off. So maybe you just erase it and disable it again.
Okay. Okay. So I'm sorry for that. So I will continue. So on my number three, the formula for a 3-minute pitch is a story, a solution, and confidence. So based on your story, you need a proper technique to catch their attention. Later, I will explain it detail by detail. What am I saying about catching their attention? Then your solution. So basically, you need to emphasize and amplify your solution. Why is it different from others? Why is your solution original, or why your solution is not done even before? Okay. And lastly, which last but not the least, but actually very important part of your 3-minute pitch is your confidence. Why? Because from a perspective of a judge viewing your video, they can actually say if you are well versed and well composed when you are speaking. They can actually see if you know your study, and they can actually see if you're passionate enough to stand and then to voice out what are you going to present and what are you going to pitch. So lastly, this is just a one chance to make your idea unforgettable. And ICIA is an international it's a global platform. There's only a one chance to make it, to present it. So be the best. Okay? Do your best to um to make it something that will remind the judges that this is an extraordinary one, that this elevate among the others. Okay? So again, just to sum it up, so these are this is my take. These are my take on the why it matters. Okay, so let me again present the objectives. So by the end of this session, participants will be able to structure a clear, logical, and persuasive 3-minute innovation pitch, and then apply visual storytelling techniques to make ideas memorable and emotionally engaging. Then write a strong and concise pitching script suited for short video format, and understand basic video production principles for clear and professional recording, and use simple editing techniques to enhance clarity, pacing, and impact, and align your pitch with the official ICIA evaluation criteria. Okay. So here are my contents for today. First, we will structure your pitch. And then we will have your visual storytelling and script writing. And we will have your video production basics, then video editing, then your ICA evaluation criteria. So before I formally start with my discussion, I want you to utilize the chat box because I will actually tell you a story. If you know this, right? This is an elevator. Okay. So let me tell you a true story about what happened in Vietnam. So we are actually sponsored by the CMU STEM, especially with their representative, Dr. Buren. So Dr. Buren is not that actually well aware much about my project. So while going to the auditorium of UEH, actually the venue of ICAA before, so we actually occupied an elevator. And he asked me, "What is your project all about?" And imagine an elevator that your talk will stop when someone will go out in the elevator or you will go out in the elevator. So the challenge is it's just like an elevator pitch. You need to be concise on explaining and you need to explain the things that you want to say even before he leave or it's our floor to leave. So you just need to be concise in it and I can say that 3 minutes is actually possible to explain your project. Not even though not very detailed of it, but it covers all about the it covers all about the components of your project. And actually on that elevator moment, he actually he he grasped my project. He grasped the project that I presented there. And then when we go down because we are going back to the hotel already, he asked me some questions about my research already, so he grasped it. Okay, so from that moment you know that you can actually do a short pitching. And even if you are familiar with the loan sharks, the sharks in the TV, they actually conduct pitching based on their investments actually, and then you just need to prepare your script for a minute or two, and then they will give you their verdict. So
Yes,
for them
I
time
I have a question.
I think we will entertain questions after a moment after. Okay, so
I have also some
okay, so let me just finish this part. Okay, so I won't be
I
distracted
want
on
to
my presentation. Okay, so for the loan sharks, time is
I
money.
have a question.
Okay, for the loan sharks, time is money. So you don't need to waste it. So you must need to
I
utilize
have a
the t-
question, please.
the uh, okay. So
I
you can
have
raise it.
So we'll have the
a
questions
question.
Q&A session after this, okay? So could you please wait? Okay, thank you.
How
Okay, so
I have a
you actually need to maximize the time, and if you explained it well on those 3 minutes and you covered it all, you actually did a very good job. So my question before I start, do you accept the challenge of of Beyond the Clock, 3 minutes to change minds. So you actually have the opportunity to showcase your project through video presentation, but using a limited time of 3 minutes. Do you accept it? Can utilize the emojis, or you can chat in the chat box. You can actually chat it as yes or no, or yeah. So I'm seeing some emojis right there. Okay, so let's go on. So actually, this is me a few months ago. So this is April 2025, and it's me right there. So that's how I concluded my secondary high school research journey. So in ICIA 2025. So think of it, think that now you will be there to create your own story. It is your turn, and now we will start it with structuring your
I
pitch,
have a
okay?
question.
So we will entertain some Q&As after on the later hand, but for now, I want you to grab your pens or your notebooks so we can actually discuss it one by one, okay? So this is what I am telling you earlier. To structure the pitch, you need to plot the time, okay? So on the very first 20 seconds, you need to capture attention emotionally or intellectually. How are you going to get it? You imagine a hook. Imagine a hook that they use in in C's. You need to hook them. You need them to you need their ears because you need them to listen about what you are sharing or what you are going to present or what you are going to put in the table. So you need to capture their attention. How? We will know it later on while I deepen the discussion on it. Second, on the second part after the 20-second is the problem. Okay. You can utilize 20 to 50 seconds to define the real world issue clearly. So just to just to highlight also, what are you trying to solve? Okay. So why are you doing this? What's the sense of this? Okay. So you need to define the real world issue clearly, because if it is too broad, you can actually have a hard time explaining it. But you need to be specific, okay? This is a reminder to all of you. You need to be specific on defining the real world issue, because there are so many issues in the world, and then there are so many complexities on how you see it on the lens, okay? You can solve it as a student. We can also solve it as an agriculturist. We can also solve it as an innovator who knows how to use artificial intelligence, or you can actually solve it even not as a student, but just a curious mind. Okay, so you need to clarify what are you trying to solve on that 20 to 50 seconds. However, I'm not confining you to follow this structure, but I'm just telling and guiding you that this is a flow and my take on it. So actually, this is what I am using since I was in my elementary grade. Yeah. And I improved this because for me, this is actually a recipe. Imagine a recipe that you use in cooking. You need actually the right ingredients or the right portions for you to have a great meal or a great product. Okay. So I just improved this when I was in grade 9, and then used this flow on different conferences. Okay. Then solution on 50 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds, you can actually introduce your innovation. Okay. So that's how you present your solution now. So what's your innovation? Maybe some aquaponics, or maybe some some automation. Okay. So for those who cannot actually understand English, I can actually send the PowerPoint to the organizers so you can actually study it. But I can actually explain it more deeper. So I'm just outlining it. So don't worry. Then on the fourth part of it is the process from 1 minute and 30 seconds to 2 minute and 10 seconds. This is how you will this is you will explain now how you developed it. So you will explain the process or the step-by-step procedure how you did it. So how you started and how you applied your innovation as a solution to the problem. Okay? So maybe you can include here the community. Maybe you are inspired by the problem from your community. So you can actually include that. Okay. So, or how you gathered those
I have some questions
innovation
to ask.
and or how those
Hello.
programming work in the first place. How did you learn it? Okay. So for the fifth one, we have the impact. Who benefits and how? So for example, you design an artificial intelligence for the students who who are actually struggling on mathematics and science. So you use a gamified, a game. So if a game is used to actually captivate the interests of those young students, so there might be an effect on their learning. So that is actually implemented on some of the schools internationally. So you can actually cite who benefits from it and how they benefit from it. Okay. So I will explain it more later, but I'm just outlining it, just like what I mentioned. Okay. So then closing, you have 2 minutes and 40 seconds to 3 minutes. Then you can leave your strong final message. It can actually be a call to action or an invitation to your fellow students to engage in this discourse or to engage in this process. So this is what I am telling when we open the video presentation. You need to hook them. You need to capture their attention. So the purpose of it is to instantly make the audience care. You need to make them think that this is important. You need to make them think that without this, our problem wouldn't be solved. So do you get it? So you can actually start this. So this is actually a technique already. So you can start this with a shocking fact or a trend or by statistics. If you are aware of the statistics, they are actually a data compiled maybe in health or in agriculture in different
I have
fields
some questions to
that
ask.
you
I
can
can't
use
understand anything.
on as a basis. So to capture their attention. So some samples of this are like, are you aware that the farmers are declining in number, or we don't even have farmers now in our region? So something like that. So you can actually capture their attention. You can also start with a short story. So um so you can actually start it with also a trivia or a powerful question. So a short story. Even if you're a kid and you are aware of the climate change that we are experiencing, you can actually capture an attention of those who are even older than you to propose something and hook them. You can, so second, you can use your emotions like fear, hope, curiosity, but the most powerful emotion here is surprise and curiosity. Why? Because they will actually have this question mark on their head. Okay. So they will wonder and they will listen to you on what are you going to say on the next few seconds and few minutes. Okay. So then speak with energy and eye contact. So you actually have your camera, right? So even I am aware that some of the students are using some teleprompters. It is actually necessary for you to establish rapport to the camera. Why? Because so many people are going to imagine that so many people are going to watch that video. It's going to be posted on YouTube, right? So some other people will be inspired of those, will actually got some ideas and then make the research based on that. And you can you can captivate them successfully. Okay. You can hook them, certainly, if they felt that you are talking to them personally. Okay. So it won't be a hooking part. It won't be a captivating part if you have just a very low energy. Okay. So for example, you started with a very sad energy and a very low voice. Do you think you can hear me when I'm speaking with a very low voice? So no, people tend not to hear you. Okay? If you did not start strong. So a thing that I want you to remember here before I move on to the next part is for you to start strong. Okay? Start strong, start with energy. Okay? So how are you guys right now? Do you still have your energy in this evening? You can actually have an interactive approach to me in the chat box if you want to. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So let me impersonate, for example, okay? So I'm not going to show you a video of mine, but I will show you right now live, okay? So you can actually start with, did you know that every 10 seconds a child drops out of school because of? And then from that very energetic part, and when you establish your rapport with the audience or with the judge, you can actually catch them, okay? And then they will wonder, oh, why why is that so? Why uh, every 10 seconds a child drops out of school? So you will explain now the reason. And then, for example, that is your problem. And then you will present how to solve it. Okay. Let's go to the next part. Now the problem. From 20 seconds to 50 seconds, you need to define the real issue. Okay. So make the problem concrete and relatable. So one thing that I actually did back when I had this conference in Malaysia is that I established common ground. You know, common ground is something that you share with other people or something that they experience that you do too. Okay? That you have the same experience. That's it. And then from that common ground, they can say that, oh, I can relate to you. And I can relate to you too. Okay, so I saw something in the comments. So they are talking about pitch. That is actually pitch on the field of physics. Yes. So this pitch here in the ICA, we are talking about your presentation. Okay. So aside from that, your guide on your problem is to is to ask yourself, who is affected? Is it the children? Is it the plants? Is it the environment? Is it the curriculum, the education curriculum? Who is affected? It is actually a very specific question that you can actually answer if you know your problem well. Is it the farmers? Are they going to lose their jobs? Are they going to be in debt forever if we did not if we don't wonder their problem? So where does it happen? Okay. So let me tell you that a problem in my country can can be a problem also in another country, but also it cannot be a problem to another country because some problems just exist here but do not exist on other countries. Okay, because maybe they don't have some inequalities, or they don't have the factors to contribute or to be the catalyst to that problem. However, you need to be specific. Where is it happening right now? So, is the climate change only exclusive to one country? Is poverty only exclusive to one country? No, it is prevalent everywhere. And you can actually put why is it urgent and what happens if it is not solved. So you can put real pictures, real photos, or simple icons in a short scenario. So let's move on to your solution. So your solution is 50 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds. So you will present your innovation. You will show how your idea directly answers the problem. So you need to attack it this way, like straightforward. Do not go in a wavy pattern that you will say this and that and that. Okay? So you need to address it straightforward. Then what does it do? Just in one sentence, okay? So you need to state what does your project do in just one sentence. And then what makes it different from existing solutions. So you can put your visuals like diagram, prototype, photo, or animation of how it works. Then your process. 1 minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. This is actually your inventing journey. So you will prove that your idea is well throughout. Okay, you will prove that your idea is sufficient. So how did the idea start? So what research or testing did you do? What challenges did you overcome? So it will be a timeline or a step-by-step flow, okay? Then impact. Who benefits and how? For example, dropping out of school. If your solution is to help them or to gamify the curriculum to make them more interested, so you are helping the students. So you show real world value. Who are going to use it? How will their life improve? And what are the long term change it can create? And you actually can cite the before and after comparison. Then closing. Leave a strong emotional and intellectual impression. So restate your vision, your belief, your action, and support, and then end with confidence and gratitude. Okay. So just like what I've said earlier, you need to start strong, and you need to also f- to finish it strong. Like you need to be consistent in the energy. You can restate your vision, you can actually invite them as a call to action. And then this is actually an example. With this innovation, we are not just solving a problem, we are shaping a better future. So you can actually end it with a powerful statement or a quotation from you guys. So let's go on to the next part, visual storytelling and script writing. So I won't delve onto this just like what I did on the last slides, but the visual storytelling principle is just you need to show them, not just telling. You need to establish a connection. So one key idea per frame, you can actually use diagrams or before and after images and simple animations. If you know how to how to conclude it or how to explain or how to process it well, you can actually do that. And then the script writing tips is right for the ear and not for the eye. So you can actually use short, powerful sentences for that, like this. So this is actually my samples of it. So this is my video when I was in grade 9. So you can actually use pictures or visuals. And then here you can actually see that we are in a farm because we are actually presenting an agricultural project. So you can actually choose actually your setting that is actually right for your storytelling. Then video production basis. So the basics of it, lighting, you need to face the light source because you need a proper lighting so
I
you
have
won't
some
appear dark.
questions to ask, and what is
And
this? Please.
and then audio, you need a quiet room or space so the judges won't hear some blubbing noise and unnecessary noise. And then camera, you need to put it on a stable eye level while the background is clean, simple, and distraction free. Do not actually shoot in the background where so many things are happening. Even there's a war on your back. Do not do that, okay? So video editing, I can recommend that we used CapCut and Canva before. So you just need to follow the clarity and the transition and put the highlight key on emphasis. Then the ICIA evaluation criteria is first the problem defining. So is your problem clear and relevant? Is your problem relatable and is it up to updated now in 2026? Is it still valid? Okay. So next is the inventing process. So is the innovation process is the innovation process logical and creative? Okay. Is it so this is actually the International Creativity and Innovation Award. So you actually need to possess creativity and you need to exhibit it. And then the realistic solution is the solution feasible and impactful. Do not present imaginary solutions that cannot be done. Okay. You need to be feasible and realistic. It must be doable and it must address the problem directly. And then the content delivery is the pitch confident, engaging, and easy to understand. So that's it. That's the four. And then actually that's the end. So now I can entertain your questions. So some of the students are opening their mic earlier to ask their questions.
Yes, because we also have only a limited time, Mr.
Yes.
John. So maybe we can limit it into only 3 questions. So if
Okay, so
questions, you can drop it on the chat box. The 3 questions will be answered by Mr. John right now. Okay, but I think if it's okay, so this kind of questions. So I think everything is very okay. So who's making a noise? Is it okay? So Syed Abdullah Gilani, right? So do you have any questions for Mr. John? You can
okay, so
yeah, you can type it on the chat box. But we have also some question from Aiza Zubair. What will be the benefit of participating in this competition? Wow, it's a good question.
okay, so I will address it. So
Hmm.
what are you going to benefit of what will be the benefit of participating in this competition? So ICIA goes beyond competition, okay? So it actually gives you not just the skill, but also the capacity to create and to innovate, not just to contribute to your community, but also to be. I got distracted by the other question. Not just to contribute to your community, but also to be a pioneer of research, to be there. You know, you can actually help when you have the skill already. You can actually utilize that skill to solve also other problems. So your previous project can actually be a model to solve the new problem that the society is experiencing. So I just like what I've said, ICAA is beyond competition. This is more than just medals or trophies or awards. This is actually for long-term learning. Okay. So I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, true. Based on what I explained in the first of our webinar session, is also telling that ICI is an activities that is valuable, and also it will unlock you to another experiences and also connected you to international arena, right, Mr. John?
Yes, correct. So someone messaged me. So
Yep.
from which country basically you are? So I'm actually from the Philippines. So um I got the Grand Award. So that I think that's the highest of all. He's asking my placing. And then what is your feeling while presenting? So actually it's normal to be nervous, but actually think that nervousness is just here in the head and your passion for research is in the heart. So you must let your heart and your passion conquer your fear or your nervousness, okay?
We also have a questions that uh is the digital prototype fine, or we must have make it physically?
Okay. So in our case last time, if it is actually a program, a program and an AI, so you cannot actually, like for example, Chat GPT or Gemini, you cannot actually have a tangible product of it. So it's actually installed as a program. So it's actually a digital prototype. So in that case, but however, on the machineries or on the prototypes that requires tangible processing materials, so you need a physical prototype of it to present how it works.
And one more question, Mr. John, does the problem should be very unique that everyone does not know about, or should we be too main?
Oh, okay. So I think that if I answer you, all of the other students will actually think it, but maybe you can have the different approach, okay? So you can actually be unique by having your own different solution that you are thinking outside the box when you employ critical thinking out of it. So if you think a solution that nobody else can think of, actually, some people can actually say that it is impossible, it is too ideal, or is it not feasible? But if you think that it is, you can actually be unique on it and be novel. So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, and yeah, that's just what you said, Mr. John. We cannot answer all the questions here, even though it's very important questions. So I assume that if you want to have any other questions, you can go to our Instagram account, once again, at icia.global on Instagram, and you can DM us there. And you can get more information in our Instagram account. Once again, at icia.global. Yeah, you can find it there. All right, so I think it's VV time. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. John, for your material. It's very interesting and very important, but I'm so sorry we have a limited time because we have another agenda for this activity, right? So we will have a VV time right now. Everyone, please turn on your camera. Make sure you give your best smile to the camera, and the admin will do the screenshot for it. Okay, ready? All right. 3, 2, 1. Smile. Okay, so once again, maybe the next slides. Do we need it? Okay. Once again, we are going to do. So I'm afraid that the admin will not do that, so I will do it anyway. Okay, once again. 3, 2, 1, smile. Once again, another slide. Okay, 3, 2, 1, smile. All right, we are done with the Wi-Fi. So everyone, I have information. So we also have our ICIA app, your official central hub for accessing all ICIA program activities and updates. You can access this app for sure. If you have anything you want to know more, you want you want to know about the program, another program, you can find it on our app, ICIA app. Okay, and also everyone, we have some schedule that you can see. If you want to know it, once again, you can find it on our app, all the things, and also for innovation challenge and also innovation award. And next, if you want to download your e-certificate, it can be generated after filling out the feedback form. So this is the code for that, the QR code. You can scan it, and you can also get your e-certificate after following this webinar session. And also, once again, if you want to know more about our activities today, you can go to our Instagram account. So, all right, everyone. Thank you so much once again, Mr. John, for all the materials. And thank you so much for everyone who joining this session, how to make a 3 minutes pitching videos. And once again, I will inform you that after this webinar session, there will be a creative talk session that will be live in our ICIA Global Instagram account. And registration open start from February 2nd, 2026, and final judging session will be held on April 11, 2026. And note is the online session is only for participants who don't have national selection partner in their countries. If you want to look up the national selection partner, you may check our Instagram account. All right, so we really appreciate your energy, attention, and participation throughout the session, everyone. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. John Jaymark Daza, for the materials. We hope that today's discussion has helped you better understand how to
Hello, Gabby.
structure a strong 3 minute pitch, use visual storytelling effectively, and deliver your ideas with more confidence, especially in line with ICIA's evaluation criteria such as problem defining, inventing process, realistic solution, and content delivery or pitching. Remember, everyone, a great pitching video doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be clear, honest, and convincing. Keep practicing, keep refining your message, and don't be afraid to tell your story. Once again, thank you so much for being part of this session. We wish you the best of luck with your pitching videos and your ICIA journey. Have a great day. Stay inspired, and see you in the next ICIA session. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Thank you, Mr. John. See you soon, everyone. Bye. You can leave the Zoom session. Thank you so much, everyone.